Hey, what's up? It's been a minute, man, that I made a video, and I apologize to all my subscribers and the people that tune into my channel that I haven't been up here in a while. I just got like some technical difficulty things going on with trying to like make videos. I had to like I had a program that I was using that I had to let expire so I can get another contract with them because they were charging me too much money and I can just pay for it in bulk for a whole year. So I have to let that expire for me to be able to make videos and edit or whatever. So that's why I haven't really been up here. Plus I've been working on other stuff like music, stand up, and like me and my son are trying to like write a script for a movie or like write a story out. So I've been working on other stuff besides being on YouTube. And I wasn't gonna even make this video because I really don't care for real, but my whole thing with people is I just get tired of people for real because nobody can think for themselves, and people just, whatever somebody else says is like, that's what people do, they run with it. We're in a part of time with society where it's cool to just gang up on people to keep people from talking about you. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is right now. And the reason for me making this, because I've been seeing all these posts about the Diddy documentary and things going on like that or whatever, right? And I don't give a damn about Diddy. Like, I don't have no Diddy paraphernalia. I've never did the Harlem Shake. I wasn't sitting around talking about special delivery, like, whoa. When Biggie died, pretty much Bad Boy pretty much died for me now. I do listen to Mary J. Blige and a couple Faith Evans songs. I got one song on my phone that has P. Diddy on it, which is Young G's, with Biggie and Jay-Z, and Diddy just happened to rap the first verse. That's probably the only song that I got on my phone with Diddy on it, besides him in the background of Biggie's songs talking and running his mouth. But I don't have no Diddy paraphernalia. I don't have no Diddy albums. I didn't follow Danity Kane. I wasn't watching the Diddy shows like that, besides making the band the first season. So I have no reason to defend Diddy. I don't care, like, you know, if he did all this stuff and he decided to do all this stuff and people allow him to do all this stuff to them, then that's on everybody involved in it. My whole thing is this, when it comes down to black people, you know, like attacking Marlon Wayans and all this different stuff. I don't know if Marlon Wayans was trying to defend Diddy, but my whole thing is this. They're not gonna let 50 Cent make no documentaries about no white pedophiles in Hollywood or people that are doing this stuff. Like, they're not going to let them do that. They're not going to let nobody black make nothing like that. And that's the problem that I have with all these documentaries and all this different stuff. Because when it's time to throw black people under the bus, it don't matter who makes it. It could be somebody. That dude that went to Michael Jackson's house and tried to throw him under the bus was Indian, bro. They'll let anybody throw black people under the bus. But when it comes down to them, Corey Feldman is on tape talking about how he told that it was 6 to 7 pedophiles that he gave their names and addresses to, and they rolled right past their house and went straight to Michael Jackson's house. But these guys are still running around doing what they doing. This is decades ago when he told this information. They're still running around. You got all these kids that have been molested off the Mickey Mouse Club, Nickelodeon, all this different stuff, all these little TV shows and all this different stuff. None of these people are in trouble, but and black people weren't even allowed to be in Hollywood at one point. Like I said, Louis B. Mayer. Nobody wants to bring this person up. Louis B. Mayer is the reason why all these people do this stuff now. He made the casting couch. He made all these practices become normalized. He's got a whole extensive history of doing all this stuff, and nobody brings this dude up. But now P. Diddy is the worst person ever in Hollywood, just happen to be black. That's why I can't roll with it. Because they're not going to keep doing this. When Michael Jackson died, who they blame his death on? A black doctor that miraculously did 2 years and disappeared. Nobody never seen him no more. But he wasn't working on nobody else but Michael Jackson. See, that's the problem I have with this different stuff, especially with black people, because we'll sit here and jump on the bandwagon with all this stuff, but we don't have this same criticism for them, though. And I ain't saying to be like on no racist stuff. I'm just saying, if y'all can't see the pattern and see the like what they're doing, Malcolm X, what they say, they waited 60 years. People went to jail for Malcolm X's death that didn't have nothing to do with it, bro. 60 years later, they released what really happened. Now, they'll blame it, oh, black people shot Malcolm X. Look, you can read the Malcolm X autobiography. You can watch the movie. You can clearly see the CIA following Malcolm X around, tapping his phone, tapping hotel rooms, all this stuff. So whose idea was it? Was it these black folks' idea, or was it these people that's controlling the black folks that's paying them to go do this? See, that's the problem I have with all this stuff. Y'all want to blame the black people that's doing it, but don't want to blame the person that's pulling the strings that's giving them the means to do all this stuff. If y'all think that P. Diddy, unalived, two major celebrities in two major cities with major events going on by himself, I don't know what to tell you. You have to be the dumbest person on earth. First of all, I don't even believe that Diddy had nothing to do with Tupac, because the fact that Tupac has a brother and a sister, bro. When Tupac died, if you go back and watch that footage, when Tupac passed away and everybody was outside the hospital, the tall dude with the Timbs on and the shorts and the wife beater I think he had on and braids, that is Gaddafi. That is Tupac's cousin. He was part of the Outlaws. Gaddafi said out of his own mouth he seen exactly who shot Tupac, and he was telling. And then miraculously, he ended up dead 2 weeks later in New Jersey. So did Keefe D do it, or did Gaddafi and them see who really did it? Because according to Tupac's sister and brother, they don't believe it. They said it sounded like some scapegoat stuff. And this is what I be trying to explain to black people. Y'all didn't grow up in the revolutionary era. Y'all didn't grow up around these Black Panther people. Mopreem and Sechewa went through COINTELPRO with their parents. They know how far. Their parents both went to jail for crimes they didn't do. So they know this firsthand because they lived through it as kids. So they know what it looks like when somebody's trying to set somebody up and put something off on them versus when it's the truth. So I trust their judgment over the internet because they know Tupac, this is his people's, and they know the situation. So when they said that Keefe D sound like a scapegoat, that's what it sounded like to me. Now, Biggie might be a different story because that's actually P. Diddy's artist, and he could have had something to do with Biggie being demise. And I don't believe that off of the documentary. I'm believing that off of Miss Wallace and how she carried it with Puffy after that. I didn't need nobody to put no documentary out for that. I can look at her face and see how she responds to all this stuff, and I can see how she's acting towards P. Diddy. But like I said, my problem with it is that black people have no problem sitting here ganging up on somebody. Like Jay Prince has an interview where he talks about him meeting Biggie and Diddy after Tupac died, and how he described them was as some lames. So for y'all to be trying to make P. Diddy seem like he Al Capone or something is just hilarious to me. 8 Ball and MJG was signed to P. Diddy. He ain't gonna try them like that. Because he know how it's gonna go. So like I said, these people try this stuff on people they know they can get it off on. Most of this stuff be East Coast people that be really involved in these stories. I ain't heard no story about nobody from the West Coast having nothing like this going on. Not Suge Knight, not none of them. I ain't heard nothing about nobody from down south having this going on. All I hear about is East Coast people. Now, one more thing, because like I said, y'all have to pick and choose and give people passes and then put everything on everybody else. Go back and listen to the Pimp C Atlanta interview, and when he asked that host, them hosts of that radio station, who got caught with the little boy in the Range Rover, what name did they say? But y'all sit the same person who name they said, sit up on the internet giggling, laughing, all this stuff, and he didn't, Pimp C didn't say the name. He asked the situation, and they filled the name in, which means they all know about it. So that's the problem that I have with a lot of this stuff, is because y'all sit around and jump on these bandwagons, not seeing the real motive behind this. The motive is to try to make black people seem like we're just like out of control and nobody else does nothing wrong. That's the motive. Because there's no way that Hollywood been around this long and the only people that keep going down is black people. There's no way. So like I said, when they want to address Louis B. Mayer, why don't they make a documentary about Clive Davis? Leor Cohen, why don't they got documentaries about all the shady stuff they be doing? They're not going to do that, though. Like I said, they'll let somebody come throw P. Diddy. Like I said, what P. Diddy did, you know what I mean? That's on him. That's on his soul, and that's on him. No, I don't condone some of that stuff, but like I said, I didn't hear nothing too much about no underage people with P. Diddy. I've seen footage of him saying, get them kids up out of here before we start partying. So most of these people that they're talking about with P. Diddy are grown adults that could have made a decision to leave. What I'm trying to explain to people is that Fred from Making the Band left. Chopper left. Why couldn't everybody else leave? Oh, because they wanted to be famous. They wanted to be around all this stuff. They wanted to be in the loop. Because they could have easily left too. So that's my whole thing. It's like you can say what you want, but there's other people that's been in this situation too that don't be on that with these people. Like I said, 8Ball and MJG, they don't have no stories about no Diddy because Diddy's not going to try that on 8Ball and MJG. Period. So I'm just saying, you know, when y'all sit up here and y'all try to get on somebody, and because the new thing now with people too is that if you don't agree with something, now you're defending it. Y'all did the same thing with Trump. Or if you don't say something about Kamala, you're defending Trump. Ain't nobody got time for this shit no more. We just don't. Like, yeah, I like somebody can't have their own opinion no more. If they had their own opinion, now they're defending. I'm not defending shit. But like I said, if you're not gonna do it to everybody, what's the point? Okay, like, let me just ask y'all this. Let's say P. Diddy okay, he getting 4 years for what they saying. Let's say he got life. Is the stuff that's going on in Hollywood about to stop because P. Diddy in jail for life? Because it was going on before P. Diddy, and it's gonna go on after him. So why is all the focus on P. Diddy? Why ain't everybody getting in trouble? If you don't try to clean something up, shouldn't everybody be held accountable? Besides just the black dude? Like I said, P. Diddy didn't want to make these deals with these people. You know, they wanted to think they was somebody, make these deals with these people that are obviously crooked, and they do this all the time. They'll cut your throat at any time they want to. So that's on him. He felt like he was all high and mighty for whatever. That's on him. But what I'm trying to get through to people's minds and to your brains is that if they're not going to do it to the people that look like them, then don't let them do it to people that look like you. That's not excusing his behavior or nothing. But I'm just saying it should be way more people in these files and getting in trouble than just P. Diddy. There's people that did way worse. Like I said, you got white kids out here that tell on white people and nobody does nothing. These ain't black kids going to tell on them. This is white kids. White kids that was major stars in their day, in their time. Corey Feldman and them was in hella movies. Corey Haim and them was in hella movies. They were Macaulay Culkin and all them before Macaulay Culkin and all them. It was them. So that's my whole thing with it is that we got to stop jumping on these bandwagons. Because like I said, they're not going to let nobody black make nothing. They won't even let Ryan Coogler and them make that movie about that Mansa Musa dude because it's going to show people who the richest person on earth was. They won't even let him put that out. Let alone something about Louis B. Mayer. Like I said, look up this Louis B. Mayer dude and just look at these documentaries about that. I got one on my page that I made, but just look at it and see all this stuff that this dude was doing. Like I said, man, like the casting couch has always been the casting couch. It ain't just black people with a casting couch. So that's my whole thing with the whole documentary. I didn't watch it because I don't care. I don't care enough about P. Diddy to want to watch no documentaries about him. I don't care. Like I'm not no fan of P. Diddy's like that. Like or like y'all were like that's what's funny is a lot of hypocrites that were supporting all this stuff, and now that everybody's jumping on his case, now everybody's against him. Y'all was the ones buying, like I said, y'all was the ones Harlem shaking it up. All kind of stuff. I ain't never tried to do the Harlem Shake. So I'm just saying, like, that's my opinion on this. And that's where I'm standing on it. Like I said, when they want to start throwing people under the bus that matter, that actually got real power in Hollywood, and that really be getting away with this stuff for decades, then I might entertain it. But if all it's going to be is every time something happens, they pull the strings and then blame it on somebody black, and they arrange all this stuff to happen, and then because they done paid somebody black to go carry it out, it all gets blamed on black people. I can't roll with it. And if you cool with doing that, and you cool with black people keep getting thrown on the bus, because what y'all don't understand is that there's a movement to erase black Americans out of everything. And the more y'all keep contributing to it, it's going to affect you, regardless if you a celebrity or not. Every day I wake up on the internet, it's something crucial about black people, some racist stuff being said. They just had a shooting here at Kent State, which is a HBCU, I guess. Go look it up and read the comments. If y'all are cool with this and having all this stuff blamed on y'all and just taking it and letting them just keep carrying this narrative, then fine, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. But eventually it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be, you're not going to be able to come back from it no more. Like I said, And like I said, it's what we entertain, man. We don't have to entertain this stuff. Like I said, when they want to start putting out some documentaries on people that they know that's doing stuff, y'all keep hollering about the Epstein file. They're not releasing them files. Not to y'all. And that's the problem. But then they'll go get all this stuff on P. Diddy. If y'all think 50 Cent collected all this information on his own, you got to be an idiot. This is stuff they already had, that they've been collecting. They just gave it to 50. Like I said, they're not stupid. The one thing about them is they know. If they would have put that documentary out, people might have watched it, but when you put 50's name on it, now it's going to make everybody black want to watch it because 50's associated with it. There's not no, this is just common sense. And obviously common sense ain't that common to people. Duh. Yeah, if you put somebody black name like 50 Cent on it, yeah, you're going to watch it. It's like they did with that movie, whatever that movie they tried to say the Obamas, well, they made it. Man, they ain't make no damn movie, so why ain't they made no more? That's what I'm saying. I don't got time for the internet no more. Like, I be trying to, and I want to make videos, but it's just getting stupid and old. Like, that people can't see through these tricks. It's just getting really, like, exhausted even trying to explain this stuff to people because it's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a campaign, like I said, to throw black Americans under the bus and make us look like we just uncivilized, crazy people that can't get along and can't do nothing right. So if y'all want to support that and whatever, then fine. You have your own free will. But I'm just explaining why I'm not rushing to go watch these documentaries, why I'm not sitting here posting about it, why I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. Because like I said, they're not going to throw everybody under the bus. They don't need to throw one person under the bus because it's not going to fix nothing. And I just wanted to say that. And like I said, my name is Napier. Y'all already know the people that subscribe to me, people who are not. That is my name. Like I said, I make videos. I'm going to start getting my stuff together again on these videos. But I just wanted to just say that because, like I said, it's just starting to get on my nerves, just waking up every day and getting on social media and seeing this every day. It's starting to get old. So, y'all have a nice day. Peace. Like I said, go look up that Pimp C Atlanta interview and listen to what I said. When he asked the girl who got caught with the little boy in the Range Rover, listen to what name they said.